As you can see, I'm here at the White House, a sweltering day here in Washington, D.C., where the president will be leaving on Wednesday for cooler climes, hopefully in England, where he meets Boris Johnson and the G7, and then off to other locations. But certainly will be a lot cooler in Old Blighty, where he meets with Boris Johnson, and then he begins the G7 summit in Cornwall, where he meets with the leaders of England, needless to say, France, Germany, Canada, Italy, Japan, and they will be discussing issues that have to do with the economy of the U.S. and the world. The China-Russia issue and their economic grip on the world's economy, and perhaps setting a worldwide 15% tax floor for multinational corporations will certainly help Joe Biden here with his own domestic agenda. That kind of money will certainly help him. Although Biden is an old hand at international affairs, this is the first time he faces serious skepticism about America's role long-term after what Donald Trump has left on his lap. Will this be a temporary reprieve from Trumpism, from U.S. nationalism, from this form of takeover? The Europeans and our allies saw the election. They saw the insurgents. They saw what went on in the Capitol. And I'm sure they're wondering, will Joe Biden be able to pull out of this? And will he just be there as a temporary relief? Or will he really set the agenda for the world markets and for the world's agenda, especially in national security? American allies know that half the Americans voted for Donald Trump. Will this be another era of Trumpism? Now, in England, again, after the G7, there'll be a poignant moment where he meets in Windsor Castle with Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, this time without her loyal ally, His Royal Highness Prince Philip. It will be a moving moment, I am sure. At NATO, Biden will focus on new plans for global security. Biden will need strong support from his NATO allies and their leadership when he becomes close, head-to-head comrades. Not at all. This will not be Helsinki love fest again. This will be Joe Biden demanding answers and requiring Vladimir Putin to stop what he's doing in Eastern Europe and his shenanigans in the Middle East. Biden probably knows a lot more than we know when he faces Putin in Geneva for the first time. The meeting will likely be in stark contrast, like I said, to that love fest in Helsinki. And although Biden is old school, he knows all about the Cold War and how this problem with Putin shall not go from a Cold War to a hot war, and he needs the NATO 29 members to support him when he meets with Putin a week from Wednesday in Geneva. Now, there are weapons of social discord. There's issues of Afghanistan. There's issues of cyber terrorism. Just today, we had another cyber down of major news corporations, news world, around the world, news organizations, and even here at the White House. These social discord weapons are something that Biden must confront Putin with as he meets with him. Now, Biden is likely to be very, very clear to Putin that he will not lift those sanctions, those quid pro quo sanctions that Trump promised him. He will not. He will stand strong and stand hard. From a very, very hot and sweaty Washington, D.C. and White House, this is John Christopher Bua, and make sure you watch our Real Political News podcast with my partner, Doug Christian, later this week. Once again, John Christopher Bua, enjoying the summer heat from the White House. Goodbye.